Laura's our son, for anyone who can't recognise that.
He doesn't know it yet, but he'll eventually join the cult.
He will, yeah.
It all makes sense now. Hi folks, welcome back to another episode of The Convo Couch. I'm Lawrence.
I'm Sun.
And on this week's episode, we have the crew from Charteris Productions.
Martin Reyes.
Jesse Aquiningo.
And Chris Charteris.
And it's #Actors Life.
#Actors Live.
Bang!
Oh, look at
How you like that? Available on all your favourite podcatchers. Apple, Spotify. Chris, take it away.
SoundCloud, Wooshka.
Yeah, I'm just going to stay here.
And just
Whatever
other noises
podcast app
that
you have.
might say. But what really glued us was Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pokemon Go was big at the time, and,
Yeah.
and we were all into it, and
That was the time where it was like at its peak. Everyone was going out and like, you know.
so we would make...
So we have to thank Niantic for that.
Yeah.
True, yeah.
Pokemon.
Big time. Because it's what really solidified our friendship and then ultimately the move down here. And, was a part of a lot of why we worked together in the first place.
We would make plans like with friends to like go have dinner, but while we're having dinner, we'd all be looking at each other, going, "Oh fuck, man! As soon as we're done dinner, we're going back off.
There's a Lapras.
We're gonna
Lapras down the road. Let's go.
Yeah, we're like checking it out, like below the table, like, "Oh man, there's a Pikachu nearby."
I remember we were like
What
at
are
a
we
shopping
gonna do?
centre and there was a polygon out in the car park, like on the rooftop. And you're like, I gotta go. Bye. Like, where'd he go? He's like, you hear a little voice in the back go, polygon! Let's go!
Weren't you like hanging over the side?
Yeah, because it was like out on the street, but I was like 5 levels up in this car park, so I was like, and I got it.
Oh my gosh.
We were serious Pokemon
Extreme
fans.
Pokemon Go.
We wanted to catch them all.
Yeah.
Are you guys actually still doing it? Because it's kind of died
No,
off.
no.
People still play it though, like
Yeah.
older people.
Yeah.
I see some like, you know.
I never see young people play it anymore.
Yeah.
It's always like old people, like in their 50s or whatever. Like they'll come into work and I'll look at their
Just
phone
like-
and they've got Pokemon Go up. I'll be like, whoa, like
Yeah,
you don't expect those type of people to be playing.
They want to make it look like, oh, yes, a business meeting.
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
they do.
that's Starmie over there.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
It's a guy in this full suit and business suit and everything.
We go, I'm gonna
Suddenly-
take a shit.
Suddenly he's like this backwards. Where did that come from?
What was the first Pokemon that each of you had caught on Pokemon Go? If you can remember.
Well, you start off with
That's
the
a good
starter
question.
one. You get a starter one, don't you?
Yeah, I think you get one to. I can't remember now actually. It was probably like a really shitty one. You know how you get like you find like the ones that pop up everywhere, like a Pidgeot or something like that.
Yeah, it would have been like a...
Yeah.
Well, what's your most memorable?
I can only. Oh, see, most memorable. See, that's one. Like I said, the Polygon one sticks out. But also for me and Jesse, was the first time I think we hung out without MJ.
Oh,
It
don't
was actually,
know.
yeah, it was.
Yeah. So
And then-
we were supposed to meet in
Yeah.
Brisbane in South Bank, the three of us, and he bailed on us last minute.
Ah,
and
it
Jesse and I
wasn't
were
fun.
left together, like, oh, you know,
He was like,
do we still hang out?
like,
Like,
I don't-
it's normally it's three of us. You
You're
know?
like cheating on the other guy, like
Yeah.
you know?
But just
I don't really know this guy. I want to sit down and have dinner with
We've never spent a lot of time alone together.
him. MJ was the buffer.
But pretty much like
wow.
just as like we hung up on the phone like to MJ. I think even while we were on the phone, maybe I think we saw the
Yeah, it was. It was like, oh, fuck,
Come
we've
on.
got to go.
There was
This
a
is
Blastoise. You were on the phone, you called me up, like,
Yeah.
hey man, just come out. I'm like, yeah, nah,
And you can
I'm
see
good.
like all these people in South
Yeah.
Bank like running.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because people are like running for a Blastoise because it's
Yeah.
it's a good.
And I thought you guys were
Blastoise.
lying.
Yeah, he did. He
Get me
thought we
out.
were lying.
I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, get out, guys. No Blastoise there. Like, I was like, Blastoise! I'm like, oh, I want to go. I'm like, ah, fuck it.
well, yeah, and then we
Is
kind
there
of bonded
only
over that.
one blast? If a Blastoise comes up, does that mean I don't? Clearly, I don't play.
Right, no,
No,
it's,
it's- everyone can
Blastoise
catch
or-
it.
Everyone can, yeah.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah.
only in that area for a certain period
Like,
of
you
time.
know,
So
20
that's why you
meters.
have to be.
So we had
there.
we got
Yeah.
swarmed by people in South Bank, like just running all around us, and,
All
and
born people out of the way.
you know, all conjoining in this area.
So all that brawl.
It was, I don't know if you saw that, like, viral video when someone yells out, Dragonite, and everyone just freaking, like, goes into
No,
one
it
thing.
was-
It was a
Was that
Logan
actually
Paul
a
video.
Dragonite there?
No, it was a
Yeah.
Blastoise. Everyone just ran to the
Okay,
thing. Yeah,
yeah.
so that was like that kind of action.
Yeah, there was this pretty big news as well in Sydney. There was like this, I don't know, Rhydon or something, or Nido King or something up at Rhodes or something, and everyone was just like swarming their place.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, it's crazy.
Oh yeah, for sure. Good for business.
Yeah.
Far out.
It changed like the game, literally. Like everyone
Yeah.
started to communicate and go out and actually becomes friends. And some hear some stories like people that started dating and stuff like that. Man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it really did. It
People
brought
got
people
married
together.
and things. Yeah.
Because they met on Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And we got pretty much almost got married.
That's a story for another time.
According to him. Yeah. Not about the
Where's
others.
the papers? All right.
We signed an NDA.
No, we didn't get married.
And you guys have decided to all come down to Sydney together.
Yeah. I mean,
not long after that, really. Well,
Yeah.
during that process, really.
Yeah, he knelt down on one knee. He was like, "Will you guys?"
you guys come with me, and they said no.
he did say no.
Yeah, actually, I had planned to come to Sydney, like just like for myself,
Yeah.
and then these guys had both, talked about it and expressed interest. So I was like, well, come with me. I know we've only known each other for, a couple of months, but guys, we can do this. And
Special here. Come with me.
they both said no several times.
You don't eat sushi. We can't do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, and then I think just after a while, like I kept planning, and I was still planning the move for the end of the year, and just with a little bit of work, I think you guys ended up just making the move for yourselves eventually as well, and
Pretty much.
and they come back to me and said, we're going to come too, both at separate times. He was first, and then we got Jesse pretty much right before we came down. You didn't have a very quick turnaround before you had to come.
So it was about 6 weeks for me. It was like
From when he decided to when
to when it
he
happened.
actually moved.
And
yeah.
to be fair, I was ready to pull out until the moving
right.
truck. Until the truck came on that
good
day
girl.
to pick up the stuff. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna do this. And then once the truck was all packed, they couldn't do anything.
It was
about
too
it.
late now.
Change my mind, guys. Bro,
Yeah, so you guys have been super close ever since.
No.
Already back in Tokyo.
the first time we've actually conversed.
We haven't seen each other in months.
The Pokemon Go stopped.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, Pokemon Get Out.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch a movie? The Pokemon movie?
The first one.
Actually, I
The
haven't
first
seen
one.
it.
The Ryan Reynolds one.
No,
I've only seen the very first one.
Oh, okay, the animated one.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, I saw the first one too. The,
Oh wait, the Pokemon
Detective Pikachu.
the- yeah,
Oh yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that one.
the
Yeah.
live action one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not bad, I
It
think.
wasn't bad. I just wanted more Pokemon and more Pokemon battles
Oh, yeah.
in that. to
Yeah,
be
they had a
honest.
Pikachu and
I haven't
Charizard
seen it,
and
no,
that's
I
about
haven't
it.
seen it.
Yeah. I just wanted more Pokemon, less characters, stories. Than
Okay.
just Pokemon. You watch
Alright.
Pokemon for Pokemon, right?
Yeah, they threw in some pretty interesting characters like Mr. Mime was okay.
Yeah, that was cool.
Alright.
So you guys were never into Pokemon?
I play Pokemon.
You play Pokemon?
Yeah.
So you did?
It was like the first 150, and then after that, I'm like,
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
It was when
The original.
There's like thousands now.
When
Yeah.
Togepi
Yeah.
had like an evolved form and like it was like a skinny ass thing. I'm like, whoa.
Well, I haven't
We were the same. We were the same. The first
I haven't even
150
seen
is
it
is
evolve
gold.
with Togepi.
Yeah.
What does Togepi look like?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like the
yeah.
one Misty's one. in
Yeah,
the
no,
show.
but what does it evolve
Yeah, well,
into?
I don't know if it was like
Like a
the one
longer
before.
version.
Oh.
Like the neck was
Logo
really long.
P
I'm like,
something.
what is this? It's like a white tulip in a shell. I'm like, this is-
You know what? You know what she uses that for?
Damn Misty.
Whoa, it's getting misty in here.
Wow.
Ash, catch him.
that was a really violent kind of turn into it.
Escalated so fast.
Yeah.
That's what it's like
To
hanging out with
answer your
us.
question, yes.
Yes.
And your shirt says, "Ask me about my podcast." Let's just take a turn
correct.
into acting and podcasting now. Right after
Yeah,
that
sure.
whole Pokemon fiasco.
Pokemon Fiasco. Yeah.
Do we have
Yeah.
a podcast? I don't know. Do you have a podcast? What's your podcast?
I have a
about?
podcast. Chris, do we have a podcast?
I think we got a podcast.
We got a podcast?
I think so.
You're the guy.
I think that
Yeah.
this is their
I think we got a
intro.
podcast.
Ask that guy.
No, we do. We do have a podcast.
Do you have a podcast?
It's called.
We just
What kind of
couch is this?
I did some squats earlier, so
We got that. Yeah, pitch. Should we do a take two?
For safety.
Just keep getting them.
To turn around, it's a much better view.
Yeah, no, it's called hashtag Actors Life.
It is.
Because that's what we represent.
The
And
word hashtag, yeah.
we started it in Brisbane, actually, like just before we came down here. Because we all listened to podcasts and we all, liked the idea of... We always just had conversations where we always said to ourselves, like, oh man, this should be a podcast. You know what I mean?
just share like stories.
Yeah.
in our
And
lives.
it started actually one night, like, he had a story he was telling and he recorded it on his phone, and I was late.
Okay.
You had told him.
I didn't know that it was being recorded. He was recording my story.
Because I knew that he's running late, he wanted to hear it.
Yeah.
And I don't like repeating myself, so here's me. he's me recording.
He really doesn't like repeating himself. Really, if anything happens with us, like if he has a story to tell, only one of us will get the story from him.
Yeah.
Like
I'll tell one of them. Hopefully, that person will at least get it.
Yeah, we can't get it out twice.
I feel that.
If it's scripted like you know on set, I'll say the lines again and again.
Can you say it again? No, I can't.
It's a one-time thing.
That's probably why I can't do stand up. I just can't tell the same story again and again.
Oh no, I'm totally on board. I vote for
Well,
that.
you match that with the cynical vibe that you give off to people. It's just like a hilarious combination.
Yeah, well, you know. And yeah, technology helps me record it.
Oh, it did help. Yeah, and I did. I rocked up late, and rather than telling me the story, he's just like here, and he just played it for me, and we all just sat around listening to it, and it was weird. It was so much funnier listening to it, like on a device as well.
And it sounded like I just heard it for the first time.
Thank you.
You should record all.
But it was better. It was better on the phone than in real life because I could stop it.
Let's get it in parts. I'll get it in parts. It's fine.
Play
I just can't handle it. Just shut up.
There we go. Oh, quiet, nice.
So what was the first story about? Was that your first episode?
No, well, that was unofficial. That story we actually retold that story in I think our second episode.
Yeah, and we kind of took out some names and some places and things to kind of mystify who it was.
But if you were listening and you were that person, you know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah,
I think so. Depending on how oblivious they were.
Yeah. But no, our first 4 episodes is pretty much us telling our story. So the whole idea is that it's based off embarrassing stories. So the first 4 episodes is us pretty much just sharing embarrassing stories like from our lives. And then after that, when we moved down to Sydney, that's when we started bringing guests on board, and we ask all our guests, what's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you? You know, if you've got one story or multiple stories, that's great. And that's pretty much like the premise of the podcast, you know. We just end up talking about the industry and just talking shit in general, but the embarrassing stories is kind of where it all kind of stems from. It's a good through line for us.
Actor's life is pretty embarrassing sometimes.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why we brought guests onto the podcast as well is because we lost our 4th member. So we have to shout out to Christopher Rain, who didn't move down with us.
There's a 4th member of our group.
Yeah. So.
Do you guys?
We say lost him. We still can't find him.
He's
never met.
Shout out, Chris, wherever you
went for a walk.
Someone threw him out a window.
We go.
So you guys completely do not keep in touch at all, or
No,
We're still good mates. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
He just didn't.
Just
move
doesn't
down.
reply. That's all.
Yeah.
Hey man.
He's at that cynical stage that you're progressively getting.
Yeah. Well, he is older than you.
Yeah, he is. Yes, he is. 2 years.
So you guys actually do have a sort of family dynamic, because we're joking about it in the lift, but hey, you've got mom and the kid.
Yeah.
You do your homework.
Laura's our son, for anyone who can't recognise that.
He doesn't know it yet, but he'll eventually join the couch.
You will, yeah.
It all makes sense now. We're dredging up all these feelings today. The drama couch.
When
The confession couch.
The confession couch.
Confession couch.